Hi, my name is Patti Vicknair, and I was diagnosed with triple positive stage 1A breast cancer in November of 23. Yes, I had a lumpectomy done in January. Everything moved really fast. And then after that, I'm getting an infusion done with antibodies. I have to do that treatment for a year. So at first I had to go every week for 2 months, and now I'm going every 3 weeks. And I have a port, and they do the infusion in the port. I also had radiation, 21 days of radiation done. And I got through that with, thankfully, not any major problems, just a little discomfort. And I recently started taking a hormone inhibitor pill. I have to take that for 5 years. So, right now I am cancer free, but I'm just still doing all these treatments to help preventing it from coming back. I feel like I'm doing really well. Sometimes I feel a little tired. Some days I'm a little tired. So far, I haven't had really any bad side effects to really talk about. I've been very fortunate. They caught it really early. When I did a mammogram is when they caught the cancer. So I'm thankful to the radiologist for catching it because it was really small, and I guess he could have missed it. So as soon as it was diagnosed, they just jumped on it. Everything moved really fast. But like I said, I'm thankful, to God and all my family and friends for helping me through this. And it hasn't really been awful. It's just a lot, if that makes sense. Yes. So the first person I encountered was Dr. Calfrey and his staff. And they were just amazing people. As soon as you got there, everybody was so welcoming and warm. And Olivia was his nurse practitioner, I think her title is. She was the sweetest. She would always check on me, and if I text them a little question, they'd get back to me immediately. I just love that office. By the time we were finishing up with everything, walking out the door, and they say, "We love you." It's like that type of office. They hug you. It's very welcoming. And then I saw Dr. Ellen on the West Bank at West Jefferson, and she's been amazing too. She's super proactive. She really takes great care of me, makes sure my treatments are going good and I'm not having any side effects that are going to harm me. And she's really great about that. And I saw Dr. Ashley Brown from our radiologist and her nurse Kathy, and they were both really wonderful and helpful, giving me all kind of hints and things to keep the burn from getting bad. So I'm very grateful for all of them too. Yes, both of my daughters and all my family and friends have been really amazing. Supporting me, prayers, calling me, texting me, seeing how I'm doing. But I have to give a big thanks to my daughter Kathleen. She came with me to every appointment, every treatment, until I got to the 3-week period. She was always there, always able to come. She had a flexible job, so she was able to do that. And one of my good friends, Michael, would take me to some appointments that she couldn't take me to. And we have a little group that we meet every Saturday called the Lunch Bunch. I'd like to thank all of them because they're just wonderful friends, and they've given me lots of encouragement, support, offers to take me anywhere I needed to go, do anything for me that I need done. So it's awesome to have people like that in your life. And of course, I thank God too for everything going as smoothly as it has, and for being there, my main support, God. So she rose. I was connected to 2 people actually who are not in our 2024 group, but they were in the last year's group, Tangelle and Trishelle, and they're just amazing women, so upbeat, so positive. And I know they went through a lot, but they still remain positive and upbeat. And we even went on a shopping trip with them for our dresses and stuff. They're just amazing, very thoughtful women. I do appreciate that I was met with them. So it made me feel connected to somebody who's going through the same thing as me. The first time I talked to Tangelle, like when we were kind of first meeting, after I got off the phone with her, I just started crying because it's like I did not realize that I needed this. I needed somebody who was going through the same thing as me to be there for me, and it was really amazing. And I think the part of the program that I liked the best was the story crafting. It was we were in smaller groups. We got to know each other a little better and to share, intimate stories. And I think it was kind of like life affirming and just a blessing to be able to do that. And of course, my coach was amazing. I think it has been a wonderful experience. I've enjoyed every little event that we've gone to. I'm from the South Shore, so it's a little bit of a ride to get here, but it's well worth all the time and effort that I put into it. It's just really been amazing. Every time I come, meet somebody else, learn a little bit more about somebody else, and we're just able to share our journey together. We had a little retreat that we did, and that was really amazing. We got together. Not everybody could come, so it was kind of a smaller group. So it was really nice. Get to talk one-on-one with people in the group and see how they're progressing and how everything is going. Oh, absolutely, yes, it was amazing today. My hairdresser was what's her name? Kelly, I believe her name was, and then the lady who did my hair was Kat. And they both were really amazing. They took their time, they did a really good job. It felt good to be pampered, have somebody doing all that stuff for you. So it was really amazing. I thought it was special. I was thinking to myself, it's like, this is like the closest thing I'm ever going to be being a model. Getting all made up and dialed up by these amazing people. Yes, I would tell them to don't hesitate, sign up right away, because it's an amazing experience and you will not regret it. My name is Patti Vicknair, and this is my story.
Hi, everybody. I'm sitting here with Patricia Vicknair, who I know goes as Patti. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Oh my gosh, you look so pretty. The audience can't see us because it's a podcast, but what they're missing out on was this fabulous makeover for your photo shoot today. How was it getting pampered today by these stylists?
Oh, it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Got my face done and my hair done.
Yeah, well, you look good. I didn't get to see what you were wearing, but how did the portrait posing and everything go with Tracy?
Yeah, I think it went really well. The photographer, is that her name, Tracy? She was fantastic. She was very helpful. She told me how to pose, and she said everything looked great.
Oh, yeah. We've worked with her for years, and she not only takes really good photos, she has such a good eye for a great picture, but she really knows how to relax you, I think, and have fun with everybody.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, she took different poses. She told me move this way, move that way. Yeah.
Oh, it was fun. Great. So tell me, how has it been part of the Unite Sisterhood? How did you find out about us?
So when I was doing my cancer treatment, the social worker Lori at West Jefferson told me about it, and it was like really close to the deadlines. I didn't know if I could still join, but I talked to maybe Angela, I think, and she said, yeah, absolutely, I can still join. So I went ahead and signed up for it because, I was going through a lot and nobody else understood. They had compassion and encouragement and support for me, but they didn't understand what I was going through. So to meet with these ladies who are going through similar things, and I really connected to two of the ladies from actually last year's class.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did you connect with them?
Well, actually kind of through Cynthia, because she was talking to them a little bit more than me, and then we live on the West Bank. And they live on the West Bank too. So we got together for dinner one night, and went shopping together for our gowns.
Oh, wait, the gals from last year?
No, for our gowns for this.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, I'm saying were part of this experience with you?
Yes, Tidal and Shishel.
Okay. Shishel. Well, those are the dynamic duo.
Yes.
If they are part of your posse,
oh yes,
then you've got a great club going. Oh my gosh, I'm a little jealous.
They are fantastic ladies. I mean, just so real and so loving, and so after I finished talking to Tangel the first time, I actually got off the phone and I started crying. I'm like, I didn't realize I needed somebody that has gone through what I'm going through to support me.
Yeah, well, and also it's just being around Tangel and Trishelle, like, hello, ladies, if you're listening, they have these smiles that you can't help but just feel like, I don't even know if I've ever seen either of them tear up, even though they've both been through a lot with their own cancer journeys. But just, I feel like they represent so much of what the Unite Sisterhood is all about. It's just this very warm and loving group of women who just truly want the best for each other.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love that. I love that they're your team.
Yes.
So what part of the She Rose process has made a difference in your life, if any?
Wow. I really enjoyed the story crafting. It was pretty intense
and
in parts of it, but it was good, and I enjoyed writing my story. I really did.
Yeah, I know. Was it difficult because it forced you to face some things maybe you didn't want to talk about?
No, because I've talked about stuff that's in my story before.
Okay.
Not really. It's just, I guess, just putting it together in a story form.
Yeah.
That was kind of unique.
Yeah.
It made it special, I guess. Like, I'm kind of proud of my story that I wrote.
I cannot wait to hear it. We witness the progression of everybody's stories as they're going through story crafting. And we know that that's all, we always say, trust the process. We know that there's a certain period of time where you're like, I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know what I'm writing. And then it always comes together. And each story is so unique and so inspirational and so beautiful and so informative. So I can't wait to hear you read your story, which you've entitled Surviving the Swells by Patti, Patricia Vicknair.
Yes.
Okay,
I can stop. The beach calls my name. The sounds of the waves soothe my soul. At times, waves can be gentle and calming. They can also be raging and destructive. So is my life. The first powerful wave hit me at 4 months old. My father passed away from lung cancer, leaving me to grow up without a father figure. After losing my father, the waves calmed again, and my childhood was typical. I lived with my mom, my older brother, and eventually my grandmother, and I grew up close to my cousins. Although mostly smooth, the wave of losing my father left me always the odd one out. At 12 years old, I was hit full force by the raging wall of waves. My mom passed away from breast cancer, and I lost my whole world. No one talked to me about my mom or her cancer, and the waves of grief buried me. Over the next few years, the waves of change kept coming. My brother, age 18 and newly married, with a baby on the way, became my legal guardian. It was not an ideal situation for us, so I moved out when I was 18. I started college and worked downtown, riding the ferry to work, where I met my husband. There was a dance coming up for which I needed a date, and I asked my new friend from the ferry if he would go with me. With his acceptance of this dance invitation began a sandstorm romance, engaged 6 months later and married only 6 months after our engagement. I did not realize that my husband was well on his way to becoming an alcoholic. Alcoholism brought terrifying waves during our years of marriage. By our 4th year of marriage, we were parents to 2 beautiful girls. I felt trapped with no way out, waves crashing on me and my 2 girls daily by this point. A calming of the waves happened on September 8th, 1998, a miracle. My husband Wayne told me for the first time that he was an alcoholic and needed help. This began the journey of recovery for our family and was a life-defining time for me. The waves seemed to part, putting me on a path of self-discovery and understanding that I was not in control of anything. God is. My part is to trust God in all things. The waves were now soothing again, and our family continued recovery, renewing my faith in God, families, and friends. In 2012, we were blessed with a beautiful granddaughter and spent days filled with joy watching her grow. After 16 years of peaceful seas and recovery, another tidal wave hit me hard when Wayne passed away from lung cancer. Waves hit me constantly for the first year after his death, sometimes gently, but other times with much force. Drawing from my Al-Anon recovery, I was able to express my grief and find acceptance. Gently, the waves moved me forward with new job opportunities, adventurous European vacations, my oldest daughter marriage, which expanded our family with a loving son-in-law and grandson, and years of quiet seas. Unexpectedly, in November 2023, a tsunami hit me. I had an abnormal mammogram, and after extensive tests, I found out that I had breast cancer. It was my worst nightmare come true. First, I was afraid. I was petrified, but then I grew strong. It took all my strength not to fall apart. But no, not I. I will survive. These words are from an old favorite song describing my feelings about this news. Waiting for the Pacifics were the hardest. However, the storm quickly lessened as the surgeon and his staff were incredible, giving me and my family hope, encouragement, and excellent care. Having my family encircle me on this journey has been priceless. I know my recovery in Al-Anon aided me in this storm. The first step reminds me that I am powerless. God is in control. Placing my trust in God has given me the fortitude to get through all the treatments, worries, and anxiety of my cancer journey. I am learning to survive the swells. I've reached new levels of self-discovery. I'm now floating on the waves by reaching out to others nearby rather than being smashed ashore in other seas of my life. I'm receiving care and love from the She Rose group and extending my hand to give hope and courage to others in similar seas. I've learned the value of support and that I don't have to do this alone. Cancer has given me a new perspective on life, seeing what is truly important, being at peace with myself, living in the moment, and accepting all the waves in my life, gentle or raging. I am a cancer survivor, but this is not the end of my story, as I have opened my sails to new adventures.
Oh, excellent story, Patti. I have to marvel at your experience with Al-Anon and everything you went through with your husband and his recovery, but how much that prepared you for what you're going through now.
It really has.
It really, where you have to just, give it to God, let him be in control. Those things were placed in your life for this moment.
I believe that, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being part of the She Rose class. And I am going to be screaming your name loud when you're on the stage. So I hope you listen for me.
Oh, I will.
All right.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
Bye.